Well, thank you for staying with us. Let's continue this particular conversation. Honorable Thuku, let me engage you now. Let's talk about Ol-Kalou constituency. And of course, we know UDA will front one single candidate. And like you rightly put it, the United Opposition might end up fronting different candidates. Does that play into your hands as the United Democratic Alliance?
Okay, let me first still express my condolences to the family of the late Honorable Kiaraho. And let's be very clear here. Honorable Kiaraho, until the time he passed on, he was working with His Excellency the President and the Deputy President to bring development to Ol-Kalou constituency. And let me say this without fear of contradiction. Whether the opposition unites, whether they front one candidate, whether they front how many candidates, the UDA will win this seat.
What makes you so certain?
On this basis, so far, about 10 aspirants met our deputy party leader yesterday, and that shows you the UDA has the highest number of aspirants who are interested in that seat. And of course, we will carry out very democratic nomination process. And, you know, we are facing a very funny opposition, very good at chest thumping, very good at insults, but almost zero in development and in substance. Look here. You know, our approach to this by election, just like in Bele, will be issue-based. And we shall be able to show the people of Ol-Kalou the way Honorable Kiaraho, and he was even saying it publicly, let's first work with the government so that we realize development. Tomorrow belongs to God and the voters. That is the same trajectory we shall follow. And we shall be able to convince the people of Ol-Kalou that with the UDA MP, they stand the best opportunity of having an MP who will come in and be focused on completing the positive development projects Honorable Kiaraho was focused on.
It is worth mentioning that Honorable Kiaraho was elected, or rather trounced, a UDA candidate.
Yes, he did. But I'm telling you this, and he's on the record. I'm in the UDA party. I'm in the broad-based government. I'm telling you, we were working very closely with Honorable Kiaraho. You know our team. Let me tell you, let me bring to
Just
you...
briefly.
Yeah, very briefly. You know, in the Mount Kenya region, about 90% of the elected leaders and all the board members, the chairman of the parastatos, we are all working together under the leadership of His Excellency, the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki. And what we agreed is that everyone, irrespective of the party, because we have the UDA, is the umbrella party, we have our brothers in the Jubilee, like even Honorable Kwenya and others, and Honorable Kiaraho, all of us, we have decided we have combined efforts, we have combined hearts, and we have decided we are working within and under the government of His Excellency President William Ruto to realize development for our people on the ground. And that is how you see, look, even if I give you an example of Nyeri, Lurengo Stadium there is about to be finished. We have Mwai Kibaki Stadium in Othaya. Othaya Level 6 Hospital now is an independent parastatal.
Honorable Thuku,
I can count over 10 projects.
You've mentioned projects and you've mentioned stadiums, but the state of those particular stadiums do not actually reflect the amount of money that have been pumped into those stadiums. Let's be honest.
No, we have watchdog committees.
Let's be honest. No, we had a story here.
Honorable Sarasi is here. They have watchdog committees in the National Assembly.
Let me ask.
Yes.
Honorable Thuku, today, what is the status of, for example, the Kiprogut Shumo Stadium?
But you cannot. Me, I'm talking about Nyeri, where I come from. I'm saying, Honorable Sarasi is here. They have watchdog committees. So you should ask Honorable Salasia whether they are doing their oversight work on this part.
Just a moment. Let me narrow down. Let me
Yes.
not take you to Kericho.
Take me to Nyeri.
Take you to
Nyeri.
Central Kenya.
Yes.
Central Kenya.
Yes.
What is the status of the state of Wanguru Stadium in Kirinyaga County today? And how much money was spent?
You see,
Don't
divert. Don't divert. What I'm saying is this. No, look here.
Same answer he'll give you to any question you ask.
Look here.
Honorable Thuku.
The issue is this.
Honorable Thuku.
Yes, sir.
My question is very simple.
Yes.
What is the state of that particular stadium today?
But you see now, you cannot
There's
just
no
go.
answer.
You cannot.
There is no answer.
You cannot randomly.
Let me say something.
You cannot randomly.
But you randomly mentioned
Look, listen.
Just 20 seconds.
Yes.
20 seconds.
You cannot randomly pick, even if I told you, give us the status of the Moi Kibaki Stadium that is being constructed in Oda. You will not know because you have not been there. So I'm saying, let's face reality. Let us stick.
So let me ask.
Yes.
You randomly.
Give us the status of Moi Kibaki Stadium in Oda.
Just a moment.
Yes.
You are telling me I cannot randomly mention. Does it mean you have the monopoly to randomly mention?
No,
Because you mentioned the stadium.
I'm asking you, give us the status now.
Can I
of the Moi Kibaki Stadium in
Can I
Oda.
interject just a minute?
Let's just have we have a photo of, or rather the state of that particular stadium in Kirinyaga County. And I don't know if we can get that particular. There we go. That is the status of that particular stadium today. Yet millions was spent.
Yeah.
Where's the value for money?
There are MPs from that place. They should raise.
Exactly.
You're representing the Young Democratic Alliance here.
I'm representing it, and I want to talk about the positive story of our government.
That is where money has been spent.
Can
Is
I
there positive there?
let me help him.
Just a moment. Let me engage Mr. Mogaka. Mr. Mogaka, like he says, the government is undertaking different projects. But sometimes you look at some of the projects, like the ones he's mentioned, and the stadiums I've mentioned, for example, because he brought it up.
Yes.
There's no value for money.
You know, let me just answer you directly, Mr. Thuku. The insincerity that you're trying to express to us when you say about chest stamping from these other people from the opposition, the people who are confused with the chest stamping. I don't know what you're chest stamping yourself for. If you cannot even answer a very simple question of the state of the stadium, even in terms of graphing, you can say 10%, 20%, 15%, how much money was spent there and all that. You have no idea. How many stadiums do you have countrywide? No, I mean, but again, you just brought up, you said people are just stamping themselves, you don't have ideas of what is happening in the rest of the country. So when we're showing you about the value for money, we're telling you what exactly that is happening.
And just to be clear, that particular stadium, 696 million was spent.
No.
It wasn't your time. Hold on a minute.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You know, this is the insincerity that I'm talking about. You know, personally, I've traveled around the world. I come from some places that I can tell you clearly whereby what stadiums look like. Even high school stadiums. That cannot even show me like a high school stadium, maybe somewhere in the US. For those, so let's say you travel to the US, you've seen this. Because you are dragged in for you to defend Mr. Thuku for whatever that you've been saying. If money was spent on that stadium, that's 600,000, then I think I'm crazy. That's what you call development, and that's what you say people are just stamping themselves. That's incredible insincerity that I would never want to associate myself with.
Okay, fair enough. Honorable Salasia, before I come to you, Mr. Kagai, in your assessment, as we speak today, President Ruto says he has undertaken a lot of development projects, but some of these projects, the ones he promised, for example, money has been spent, but there's no value for money. For other projects, they still are yet to take off. Yet more promises are being made. The promises keep on piling up and piling up and piling up. Would you attribute that to, politics of deceit, like Mr. Mogaka says? Because at the end of the day, money is set aside for projects, but those projects are not completed. We set aside money again in the next financial year, again and again. Taxpayers keep on losing money to these particular projects, yet at the end of the day, they are not completed.
To me, before I come back to your question, I just want to ask my two colleagues here, my friends here, that first, before they talk about the Linda Mwananchi, first of all, they should ask, where are they going? What do they want? Because you have heard him saying that they are in Jubilee. The other one says is comprise everyone. So which means that every time the opposition are united, everyone goes back to their stronghold. If it's for the Jubilee, follows Matiang'i. If it is for whoever goes to Kalonzo, whoever goes to the other side. So what is their plan? They should not waste our time. Should tell people who is vying who, what is vying who. Don't waste. In fact, they are making people not to discuss serious issues other than saying Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa. Now they went to Mombasa. What happened with Mombasa? So I want to tell the Linda Mwananchi people, they should not, and through that confusion is where William Ruto now takes advantage to make things worse. People come to realize that many things have gone south. So we want to tell the Linda Mwananchi, diaspora, I don't know what are you doing in diaspora. I don't know what you're doing.
But to be fair, to be fair,
I have an answer for him.
Okay, just a moment.
I have an answer.
Just a moment. Just a moment.
I have an answer for
just
him.
a moment. Honorable Salasia, you say they're moving around the country.
Yes.
To be fair to them, your own party leader is also moving around across the country.
So what I'm trying to say is
school
that,
bus.
whatever, like for them, they don't know where they're going. They don't know where they are going. You have asked them, one of their colleagues, what they are not answering those whatever they are asking. So what I'm just trying to tell is that we don't want confusion, and through that confusion is when many things happen. They are not addressing issues that are supposed to be addressed. So what I want to tell, let me now come to your question, what you have just asked me. We have been told by the Kenya Kwanza many things. Number one, they're talking about stadium. We are talking about affordable housing and whatever. But the key question, and this is now you're not answering, this country has so many learned young people, but there are no opportunities. And there's no space. Like today we have been in the expo of here in Sarit Center. Most of the things Uganda, they are manufacturing things, bringing, exporting here in Kenya. As we are not doing anything, there's no manufacturing, there's nothing. We are only talking about corruption. They are going for the deals that makes money, but there's no constructive thing that the UDA government, Ama Kenya Kwanza, they are trying to address. Theirs is just to sell things, like selling KPC. I told the people, Kibaki, Kenyatta did Moi build like KPC.
Okay.
They did whatever, but they're just selling. So my point is that even talking about construction, talking about whatever, it's not even closer to what the Kenyan people they're looking for.
Okay.
They're looking for the economy of this country.
Let me just respond to that
fair enough.
right quick.
Let me, to be fair to him, let me engage Honorable Mr. Kagai first. Mr. Kagai, let's shift this conversation a little bit. Let's talk about 2027 and IEBC in general. We I think tomorrow will be 4 days before the the mass registration period lapses. And of course, there will be continuous voter registration thereafter. IEBC targeted 6.5 million new voters, but so far so good. As per the last update, we have 1.3 million new voters. There's the question about the young generation, who many argue will be the turning point in 2027. But the question is, where are these young voters? Because most of them have not come out to register as new voters. So then how can they be the turning point in 2027?
All right, thank you for that. Slightly before I come to answer that, I want to...
Just briefly.
Yes, I want to tell you why this government will not come back. Because this government lies to Kenya so confidently, thinking that Kenyans are so ignorant. It took Senator Medho to challenge the president in a barrio for the next day for roads to be gazetted. And Mr. Duku, for your information, just wait, for your information, that is my home. Don't say a lie. I come from a place, listen, let me finish.
Let him finish and then you
come from
respond.
a county called Nyandarua, constituency called Kinangop, in a small town called Karangada. That one road that you heard Medho talk about passes outside our gate. It has been launched and launched and launched from different corners. And it is until Medho stood there and said, you promised, but you have not. We launched, but you did not. Then the next day, then it was gazetted. It was actually advertised. The reason why we say this government is going home, because they have big talks, less work. During the time Uhuru Kenyatta was president in this country, you know, Kenya looked like a construction site. There was projects across the country, from Lamu Port to Kisumu Everywhere there was something that was being done. And you can tell it was a country that was ready to develop and take off. But this one came and reversed everything for them to get cuts in every project. You look at this Leroni Mau Summit Road. It was 200 billion. But when they came, they cancelled. They had to pay the first contractor and then now redo again so that they can get their cut.
Okay.
This government is going up. Now let me come to your question about the voter registration and the young people and everything. I heard Senator Sifuna passionately talk about a young man who, from his own mind and a spirit of patriotism, decided, let me do a campaign on Nico Kadi. No government funding, no political party funding, no nothing. A young person decided, I am going to inform my young people why we must register. And he said actually he must be recognized because it was IEBC's work to do civic education and marketing and communication for all those things. For him to inspire young people to register 1.3 in 3 weeks, it has never been heard of. So first of all, you ask, where are these young people? Until you understand where they were before they came to the streets, 2024, that's when you will find them. And if people are waiting for young people to just do things for them to interpret and manage them politically, they'll be shocked. That is why even today, as we speak here, nobody can tell and understand what Linda Mwananchi is. Because it has come with a different political narrative that is so patriotic, it doesn't care whichever political party you come from, it is centered on the values and restoration of this country, back to where this country is supposed to be. Because we are the young people, we have, unless nature takes its course, we have more years ahead of us. So we feel the current political system is not working for this country. Those young people that you are asking where they are, even today I was in town, at archives. Do you know, I was looking, all those desks, all those booths for IBC, they were all full.
Yeah, they were full, yes.
And young people are registering. So the problem is not with the young people coming to register.
What's the problem?
It is the communication by IBC. Let me give you an example. I've gone through 2 elections, myself, in Lower Savannah as an MCA. 2 elections. The last election, actually I became number 3. But do you know, I went to verify my voter's card, and I was never in the system. I was told to go to the constituency office. I went there and I found the lady at that office. They looked at my passport, my ID, they searched through all even my phone number, even my prints. They could not get my name. Okay. And remember, the chairman said anybody who had registered before 2012. I went through an election as a candidate, not a voter.
Okay.
Listen, and I could not find my details. You find young people who are even saying, I saw one saying, I registered in Mombasa. But when I went to verify, I saw that even I voted in Garissa. What IBC must do, it must buy back confidence from the citizen. Because this election that we are going to, last election was, the voter registration register was about 22 million. Okay. 22 million. But this election that we are going, we might even up to 30. They are targeting 6 million. Okay. By the time to get to the election, because registering as a voter is not a 1 day or a 1 month.
They will be continuous.
It will be continuous until the time of election.
Fair
so
enough.
The young people are doing their thing. If you cannot understand what they are doing, go to the numbers. You say in 3 weeks, 1.3. By the time we hit the 28, look at how young people have done by themselves.
Thank you. Honorable Thuku, let me come to you, even as you respond to that.
Yes.
The concerns surrounding IEBC, and today in Kitui County, the United Opposition called on the IEBC to call for a forum that will involve all political stakeholders and even non-governmental organizations. There are concerns that, there's no trust within IEBC. As a party, the United Democratic Alliance, are you confident?
Of course they are.
Okay. Before I come to that, you see now the opposition, they have to keep shouting. But you see, my point is this, before I come to your question. You see, now you can see the way, the fake narratives I'm talking about from the opposition. Anyone with a modicum of knowledge and understanding will know if a legislator starts here, request the president, I don't know this and this road you said, and then a tender comes out in the newspaper tomorrow, and then they say it is because a legislator talked about today, that it's an obvious lie. The same lie as the one They were saying they have gone to Liloni Road here. They have not even seen a wheelbarrow while that road is progressing. My point is this. Of course, as the president said, let everyone, he said, I know what I have promised. The president said that. Let the MCA also do what he has promised. Let the MP do what he has promised. Let the senator and every other leader do what they have promised the people. That simply meant the process was ongoing. And by that time, when the president went there, it was near fruition. It was not because someone said about it.
Let me ask Honorable Thuku.
Yes.
When you talk about let everybody do whatever he promised.
Yes.
Let me ask you today, are there places where gas cylinders are being sold at 300 shillings?
No, you know that one you ask. Because
you're talking about promises that were made.
Yeah, look here.
Okay.
What I mean is this, and you know we should also be fair to each other.
I'm being fair.
No, let's be fair to each other because, look, Honorable Selassie, here, he's in the National Assembly. If I ask him, Honorable Selassie, give us the status of their stadium, how will he know? Is he in an issue? You know,
we're talking about promises.
No, listen, these promises or whatever, these responsibilities are shared. And it is only fair that if you say a certain promise was made, you call the person who made that promise. With me, I want to tackle. For example, if you ask me, we are in the neck of our party to support our party leader, to support our deputy party leader, to support our party deliver on the promises.
And that is why I'm asking.
And if there was a promise about
so many promises.
Yes, and you know the good thing is this.
Even free Wi-Fi.
Look. The good thing is this. Every leader, even these gentlemen who are here. No, let me finish this. Yeah. Every leader, you have to deal with optimism. And you see, you have to give people hope. In fact, it is through hope that we hope and imagine living.
So it's all about giving people hope.
Of course, you have to give people hope. And you see, even you yourself, even when you live here, you will go home, you will give your wife hope. You don't have to realize everything, but you have to keep working towards the hope you are giving.
So you only give people hope?
No.
But look here. The question is,
yes,
do you do like you promised?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Look. Listen to me. Now, we are talking, I'm talking about the promises from my party. Now, listen to me. Listen to me. From where we are, the best thing is about delivering to the people things close to them.
What are you delivering?
You let me mention. For example, and I was saying this, you can't mention. Let me mention so that they understand. Yeah, we don't have time. I've said this. In our area, no, I'm not. For example, in Nyeri, one of the greatest problems we have had there is the issue of non-communicable diseases. We were the leading county. We were county number 1. The president, I'm telling you, have come here. We were clamoring for a level 6 hospital. The president has given us. We promised markets. The markets are being built even in my own ward.
Let's go forward with this particular conversation.
Yes.
Let me engage Mr. Mogaka. Mr. Mogaka, this issue of new voters and IEBC, I don't know whether as Linda Mwananchi as a faction, you do have faith with IEBC. And just as you respond to that, because there are concerns surrounding IEBC as a referee in the coming elections. As Linda Mwananchi, are you open to working with the United Opposition?
As we explained a while ago, let me just respond to something that he said before I do that, because you really denied me a minute before that.
Okay.
Mr. Thuku, at times, let's be sincere to Kenyans who are watching. I don't want to be a part of the team whereby things that we say, the younger people are here watching us, they are part of what we say, which doesn't even really exist. Because these people that are watching are younger people. Even if you see, they don't forget anything. The internet does not forget anything. Any promise, anything that you say, they're going to put you to record. Whatever that you say today, whatever that you promised days before. Because you saw, even the other day here, the member for Belgoods, he just came up with something, he's trying to apologize. And then they give him a list of things that he said, or that he did, during the 2024 protest.
Okay.
They have their records. They don't forget anything. They're going to bring those things up. So the promises the president has given, I know if they don't come to pass, because they will not, 2027. No, hold on a minute. You had your time. It's going to happen. So do we have, does it have faith in the IEBC? That's not a question that we need. But we can't stop people from registering for them to be voters. Because right now, we have to make sure we at least have those numbers. When it comes to show, we really have to prove it, that this is. Because Linda Mwananchi, as we expressed to you, and United Opposition are all the same. Because as again we mentioned this, even Salasia is under Linda Mwananchi because he's under DAPK. Because
Linda Mwananchi, DAPK is under United Opposition.
Yeah. United Opposition.
We're all in opposition.
It's the same thing. It's not a United Opposition.
One term is the
That goes to my question.
Is
Is Linda Mwananchi open to working with the United Opposition ahead of 2027?
This is one time. What are we saying?
Just a moment. Let him answer. Are you open to working with the United Opposition ahead of 2027.
What are you talking about? The same members of parliament
forming one single coalition.
Hold on a minute. You know, you're only trying to drive me.
No,
hold on a minute. I'm not going to single-handedly make that decision myself because I'm not the supreme leader, the principal leader.
Is it a decision you vouch for?
No, of course. Look here. All of us are working together as a team. Because the same members of parliament who are in Linda Mwananchi are still under Jubilee. They are under DAPK. They are under Wiper and all that. I mean, like, what are you talking about? We're trying as much as the Linda Mwananchi. This is a paradigm shift, and all the people who are in here, they're here fighting for one common goal.
One term.
One term.
Okay.
Let me engage
Honorable Selassie.
And you do nothing about it.
Most of the people you engage with are the young, voters, the young generation. And since August 2022 to today, there have been around 7 million new ID cards that have been issued. IEBC targeted, like I said, 6.5 million new voters, but we only have 1.3 million new voters. Where are these young voters? Where are these people who've taken new IDs, but they've not registered as voters?
I think from where I see it is that most of these young people, like right now, IBC should also come out very clear and try to do the civic education. As much as there is Nico Nakadi move, which has really done so well, they should also try to tell people, encourage the young people, like most of them, you find like maybe they're in school, some they are in work, and wherever. So they must come up with a strategy that it's going to be so easy to reach those young people and register them from wherever they are. If maybe it is at school, institutions, strategic places and all that, that is very important for them. Then the last, another thing that maybe I'll just tell my friend here, is that if you want to know that your government is very confused right now, you will know, like even yourself, you don't know what is happening there. You are just giving us about hope. 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 I mean, so you need to know this. Since your government came with what you call the EGP, and they knew that this government cannot operate without procurement. People have no money, and most of the business government is the main entity, trading entity across the board in this country. They brought what we call the EGP. EGP has paralyzed the procurement processes for the last 9 months or even 10 months. Up to today.
Okay.
And because of that, they have brought supplementary. So who is going to spend that money and how for these remaining 2 months? If it is not to bring in corruption and take that money back to the treasury.
Okay.
So now you can see you have failed in everything.
Fair enough, Honorable Selassie. Mr. Kagai,
Yes.
there have been a rise in cases of violence, issues of, to do with goonism here in the country. And the United Opposition has raised that time and again. So has the Linda Mwananchi faction. And we saw Senator Sotsi being attacked. There have been threats against or issued towards the Linda Mwananchi faction ahead of their rallies in Vihiga and Kisumu counties. But the big question is, from where you sit, who is financing, who is oiling these groups, these goons with money?
The only person or entity that has monopoly of money is government. And the reason why they slide into using goons is because they are so unpopular on the ground. I will be in Vihiga and I will be in Kisumu. And I want to speak to those young people because we also have intel. Because these conversations are so open to a point that even a politician in those regions is making unnecessary and careless utterances. I want to tell them that one thing that actually I was discussing with a colleague and telling them, how many goons can you pay in a city like Kisumu? 3,000? 500,000? And what is the population of Kisumu? Because people of Kisumu, as they have said, we want Linda Mwananchi here. The governor of Kisumu have said, everybody is welcome in Kisumu Dala. So we are going there because we know it's an environment where people want to listen to their fellow Kenyans and leaders. So if you're planning, we want to tell them, because we know those who attacked Selassie, actually I was listening to him in Senate. Osotsi, I mean. It was so sad that even when the three were arraigned in court, the others were there in the audience. Some of them were in the audience. The CS say that they flee the country, but they have neighbors who are saying, no, the guy is around. This guy is saying, ametoka Kenya, and the guy actually ametoka hapa kubai Chipomuitu. They are known they are there. So I want to say that when we slide into that space of goonism, the only person who suffers is actually government because they lose image, they lose credibility and authority to speak to their people, because when you are going around the country as the president of this country, doing your campaign through empowerment forums, and nobody is asking you a question, then we say we have a problem with your policies and we want to address this issue and engage our people. Why tear gas us? Why beat us? Like Kitengela, when we were in Kitengela. It was so unnecessary. Let me finish this. Briefly. It was so unnecessary in Kitengela even to throw a tear gas, because you look at the masses and the people who are there, it is the democratic right to listen. Allow them to finish and go. For Kisumu and Vihiga, because we will be there, the best thing they can do, don't block the roads with your police. Don't invest in good. That money, can you save that money and give them to the county governments for them to boost their kitty, because this country need every shilling, both for recurrent to pay teachers and doctors and everything, and also development. Stop investing petty shillings in goons who will be a burden to you again. That's how Haiti became.
Of course, today the Inspector General Douglas Kanza did assure the Linda Mwananchi faction that the security will be provided. But Honorable Thuku, even as you respond to that, so many fingers are being pointed at the government in regards to this issue of goons and violence being unleashed on the opposition. So my question to you would be, is the government financing these goons?
No, not at all.
So many fingers are being pointed at, for example, the PS for Interior.
No, the government cannot finance goons. You know, the government's key responsibility is to protect the people. Now, you know, my brother, you know these opposition leaders, you know we have worked with them in the past, and we know how they work. They pretend to be angels today, but we know their modus operandi. And these are guys, they organize goons here, they can even organize goons to attack them. Then they go shouting all over the way they have been attacked by the government. The thing is this, my brother, no one supports goonism. But you know, even as people pretend here to be, especially the opposition guys, even as we talk, we know and we have seen them hiring young people.
You've seen that happen?
Yes, we have.
Have you reported that to the authorities?
Of course.
When did you do that? And who did you see hiring these guns?
No, you know what they do? They come like in a town, you know? Of course we have reported. And so many things have been thwarted.
When did you report, and who exactly did you report?
No, you know that those are not things I can come to by diverge on TV. But the fact is, we know them, we know how they operate, and what we are saying is this.
Why don't you arrest
them? It is very, 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 very long for people, even as they pretend to be so clean, they are the ones who are promoting this violence, and they should stop.
How are they promoting this violence, Honorable Thuku?
Of course, when people, you know, my brother, I've watched myself as some of these opposition leaders, they go on TV They say if government supporters come into your areas, shout at them, chase them away.
Who exactly said that?
No, there's someone who said,
Exactly?
I can send you a clip, I am not going to mention someone.
If they did so,
I'm a student of Kibaki's politics, and we don't just go mentioning people.
If they did so
Yes.
on national television,
It's
why
in
can't you mention
public.
them on national
No,
television?
it's in public
Or
domain.
even why are they not
It is in public domain. I will send you the video of someone saying that. I will send you the video. You'll give me your number. I'll actually.
Kenyans
send
want
you
to
that.
know.
I'll send you. You come and announce it here. You are the announcer.
Why can't you announce it? Because you're the one making the claim.
No, I'm making it. It is there. I will send it to you. You come here and confirm whether I'm telling you the truth or not.
But you're the one making the claim, Honorable Thuku.
I am.
Why not make it public here?
No,
Because it's a lie.
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's not. Everyone knows.
We're running out
even
of
people
time.
in the central.
We're running out of time. Gentlemen, allow me to give you a minute each to give me your final submissions. But even as you do, and I'll start again with you, just under a minute.
Yes.
Tomorrow on the front page of the Standard, they say 8 billion dirty fuel bill. There are 60,000 metric tons of substandard fuel, which was said to have been blended with existing stocks and released to the oil marketers out there. The CS for Energy, while praying before the National Assembly Committee, said that that particular fuel was not released and is not out there. But today, we established, KTN can authoritatively confirm that indeed it was released, blended, and given to the oil marketers. So, meaning it is out there. As you give me a final submission, Honorable Thuku, was the CS lying? And why is the CS still in office if he did lie?
Mine is very simple. Those who know that the CS lied, those who know, that bad oil has permeated our markets, they have that information. We have so many authorities from Parliament, watchdogs, to the security apparatus, let them report there.
Okay.
Number two, as I wind up, what I would want to say is this, without fear of contradiction. We have a president, a deputy president, a government so intent on bringing development to this country.
Okay.
The president, and you can look at his engagements, we don't have a single president who has been as busy as the current president. What I want to assure our people is that let's ignore propaganda. Let's look at the real issues the president and this government are addressing, and let us support them in achieving development for our nation.
Fair enough. You're saying the president is busy. One would, wonder or equate whether being busy is or translates to delivering. But
Yeah,
Mr.
delivering a
Mogaka,
lot.
as you give me your final submissions, also your sentiments in regards to the issue of 60,000 metric tons of substandard fuel out there.
It's not like news or anything else. It's just the obvious. The other day, people resigned and money was disappearing in some offices and the money was never found. This is the image of the government, clearly right here on my left. So it just shows you on how insincere that it is. So whatever that the Standard discovered out there is probably the truth. It can never be proved otherwise. That's how it is. The people who are responsible for these kind of things that need to do the oversight is my guy over here on my left, Mr. Salasia. They need to come up. Are you in the Energy Committee? You need to know like what exactly that is happening about all that, because if the CS is, this is so funny. If a CS is in office and we lose such a significant product in the government right now like that, it's just so much insincere. We don't have anything else that we can say.
Okay.
What is he doing in office? If 3 people resigned with money disappeared, we can't get the money, what else can you find? The fuel is dirty, that's it.
Okay, Honorable Salasia, as a legislator also.
Yeah, mine I can say that G2G thing, which I was one of the people or members of parliament who went against and opposed it. But because of the tyranny of the numbers, because of the ODM, broad-based and all that, they managed to overrun us. And so the G2G was to benefit some few individuals in this country in business. So what happened is that when they call it what? Is it the ship or what? That was carrying the fuel. The one that just said. The consignment. Since it didn't go through the G2G and someone just saw that he lost billions of money, he's losing billions of money, profits of money, then definitely that is how. But it was a legit from my own observation, and they just sold. And because how did that consignment went outside the G2G, and this G2G was, we know the first G, and then the second G that we didn't know. Then the last one is that the NOC, is it called the NOC, the National Oil, because the G2G took the responsibility of the NOC, and those are the issues. So these people, I guess, they're to benefit and make money. Thank you.
Okay, but the question is, Kenyans are concerned because they feel like they're being failed by members of the National Assembly.
Yeah, it's because of the ODM. I hear the people like the Linda Mwananchi, they say that they don't want broad-based. They still say, Seneti mkuu, sijui nini.
Okay.
They want still say. Others say that.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Kagai, in 1 minute, kindly.
All right. For me to mention something about the fuel saga, I look at it as a very crafty way of government evading paying money. Because they had to pay, because they requested for that consignment. They cancel it, so they had to pay the money because they risk to be sued. So what this government does, because it's a government of deals and conmanship and lies, what does it do? Tell Kenyans like this, and then slide the fuel back to the marketer so that they don't pay the company that delivered the fuel. But the sad thing is, when citizens trusted this government, overwhelmingly, both the opposition and government, the difference were only 200,000 votes. So when a country is like that, what do you do as a government? You try to make sure that this other side that was in opposition actually is with you. What the government does, buys political parties, destroys others who are not willing to be bought. And what does it that does result? A very weak parliament. I have heard Selassie say many times that parliament is under government capture. Whatever you put in that parliament, be sure if it is anti-government or for the people, it won't pass. But it is actually government, it will pass. How did they even go and sign?
Okay.
Just a minute. And sign a motion whereby a parliament cannot even oversight a sale of parastatal.
Okay, fair enough.
Finally, in seconds, I want to appeal to Kenyans. We have all agreed as Kenyans that this government is one term. That one we have agreed.
It is 2 term. Don't
what
try to
I'm asking the people, can we make sure that we have the instruments of that cause? Let us make sure that we register as voters. Let us come out in large numbers. And for the Linda Mwananchi in Vihiga and Kisumu, we will be there.
Okay, fair
we will
enough.
make sure that Kisumu City looks beautifully Linda Mwananchi.
Thank you.
And for the people of Olkalau, I am asking you to elect a leader that will continue with the development agenda.
Pretty much.
And that member of parliament will be a Jubilee party.
Okay.
That one will be guaranteed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kagai. Thank you very much, Honorable Salasia. Mr. Mogaka, thank you very much, Honorable Thuku. Many thanks for making time to be with us this particular evening. That was a conversation for you this particular evening here on KTN Prime. Until next time, do yourself a wonderful evening. To everybody who made this a success, many thanks. Until next time, good night, and like always, God bless.